Nasty Seed. Hey. Boom, boom.
I can't imagine my kingly self trying to mingle with y'all. They talking down on those above me just to fish for applause. They try to come at me only to have me zip up their jaws. I rip their business apart. I get their children involved. I should cut them at the knees. I should cripple you all. I should bury a nigga and tweet me missing.
Whoa, welcome. Episode 7, UndR Podcast. My name is Bolahan Osani. I have my brother here from another church with the merch, Church 816. What we got going today, man? Talk to him.
Man, you know me, still the same OG. I just been low key. It's been an interesting week. Very, very active all around sports. A lot of subjects. We got a lot to get to today, so we ain't even gonna waste no time. We can
It has been slapping. No, I'm not even gonna go there. Go ahead.
Oh man. Off top, we're just gonna get right to it. Bruce Arians, this actually broke like maybe an hour or two ago. Like literally, he decided to retire. He's gonna move to front office and do more I guess more admin type stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's stepping down, and they are going to promote Todd Bowles from the defensive coordinator position immediately.
Did they say they promoted him or he's interim?
That is a good question. Let me check the exact term, but he is going to be coaching
with that stuff, man.
Yeah, you're right. He is going to be. I know he's going to be coaching though.
Okay,
I do know that. So it's more of the, you know what I mean. He was a defensive coordinator. He gonna be taking over, whether it's for the meantime or a long time. But I feel like it'd be a good way to talk about. Well, I mean, it's good news because I feel like it's a good way to talk about what we did want to talk about. Oh, let's see. Named coach. We said to take over as head coach. We're going to replace. It's a no replace. Adam Schefter that they finalized a new 5-year head coaching contract with Bowles earlier Wednesday. So yeah, early this morning, Todd Bowles just got a 5-year head coaching contract.
That's awesome.
From the Glazers and the Bucks. That's crazy. Good for him. So yeah, no interim. Todd is here.
I'm okay with that, and I'm happy for him. But usually with situations like that, the exception is Mike Tomlin. When they give Black coaches a chance, whether it's the NBA, NFL, they give them a short leash. So, yeah, they give him a 5-year contract, but if he ain't winning in that first year, they X him out just like that.
I feel like they're going to give him 2 years just because he was their defensive coordinator for the Super Bowl.
As long as they do that, man, you got to give the brother a chance to turn it around, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'd say 2, maybe 3. I'm more interested in how Byron Leftwich, who was the quarterbacks coach and then offensive coordinator for the Bucks, didn't get the gig. I know he did some interviews, but I don't think he's getting a job. So I don't know if he's going to be back or not. That'd be something for me to look into. Okay. But yeah, Todd Bowles, at the NFL owners meeting this week, actually in Palm Beach, Florida, they actually did discuss some things, and I feel like this would be a good way for us to talk about that. There's a new part of the Rooney Rule, which is the rule to try and implement more minority and female coaches in the NFL, whether it be, assistants or whatever. And basically to address the Black head coaching job. So I feel like it's a good answer for that, but I'm not sure if I know that Bruce Arians was getting up there in age. He's actually a little bit older than Andy Reid. The year we won and then the year they won, they set the record for oldest coach to win a Super Bowl. So like they're getting up there. So I'm not sure if this was a health thing or if it was for that reason or if it was just what they were going to do anyway. And it just so happened. But while they were at the NFL owners meeting,
Mm-hmm.
the new rule is that every team must have a female or and or minority offensive assistant this year. That is the new rule to try and get more minorities and women into positions on the offense because that seems to be the highest success rate. As I think 5 or 6 of the new head coaching positions, everyone aside from Doug Peterson, who was obviously a head coach and won a Super Bowl, everybody else is from the offensive side. So they're trying to address that. But to bring up Mike Tomlin, he said he's a show me type person. And he doesn't think, you know what I'm saying? He's not positive about what this could, you know what I'm saying, implement. It's like until you see it, we don't believe it. They've been talking about it for years.
See, football is one sport, and I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert in this. Obviously, I'm not. I could see a woman taking a job because the Spurs did it. They brought on a woman assistant. She's doing a hell of a job. Great coach, you know. But there's no women football league, at least to my knowledge, at any level. So
I mean,
my question would
there
be,
are some like questionable like lingerie leagues, but no, I don't think that there's any
yeah.
actual like
So my
competitive
question is, are
football.
these NFL men going to respect the authority of a woman leading the offense?
Um,
I don't know.
there's
Like
been a couple. There's been
they
a couple
have,
female assistants, yeah, for like San Francisco, Tampa had a couple.
I guess it's
Um,
all X and O's. So
I
maybe
mean,
I mean,
I
I'm
can't
not.
remember what.
I'm sure they can do it. I'm not. It's not something
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
impossible.
know.
They
Yeah.
can do the job. I'm just. I guess where my question is coming from is, at what veracity will the players actually give them that respect? Like, are they going to be getting in their coach's face, seeing that it's a woman now? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to take them seriously when they're like, run this route this way?
I mean, like I know, it's kind of hope for the best, prepare for the worst. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like you said, anybody can do the job. As long as they show up, they should be able to do the job. I have no problem with this. Anybody who could be in a position doing a job, but yeah, these are things that pop up, and these kind of will be a person-to-person situation as you go through these 53-man rosters. Everybody's got their own tendencies and experiences, so um, that's going to be a very relatable basis. There's probably 20 to 30 some odd coaches. Like it's going to literally probably be a person by person basis just because of how unique um, some of these situations are going to be. I feel like the woman that's going to be more of a here on one of the last days of Women's History Month. I feel like that will be more the issue than us being in that position, or you know what I'm saying? Because we
Yeah.
play the game, we know the game. I feel like that would be the more, probably prevalent issue.
Mm-hmm.
But I still agree. Also, Marcus Spears said on Get Up this morning, same thing. Like they've been talking about it for years. Like we'll see how many black head coaches. Last year they said the same thing. The other Rooney Rule is supposed to do the same thing. They only hired one more
I
black
was,
coach. So,
and I was reading up on that. They were saying Goodell's talking about getting rid of the old Rooney Rule and replacement with this new one, so that
yeah.
the teams will no longer be required to hire somebody that's black, or interview, I should say, not hire, because that was the original Rooney rules. They had to interview African American candidates. So they're talking about scrubbing it, and I'm like, man, this Roger Goodell worked for the teams, man. He worked for the owners. Whatever they want him to say is what he's gonna say.
And the owners don't want to see us there, and that's always what it's going to be.
Exactly.
And until that changes, and that's what Marcus Spears talked about. Shout out to Swagoo.
Mhm.
Is that until that changes, that's not gonna, because same thing. The last rule, it's the classic goalpost movement.
Yeah.
Oh well now we're gonna put y'all here. Oh now you got to do this. Well now you got to
Move
do that. Now
yourself as an assistant, and then we'll
yeah,
be able
you
to
know what
make
I'm saying?
money
Like it's
one
just,
day.
what I'm saying, just changing the qualifications
Yeah.
as the game evolves, changing what the requirements are. So then it's always, so I mean, it's like I said, we'll see.
Yeah.
I agree with Mike Tomlin a lot on that subject, just being like, well, I mean, until it changes, it won't change. Cause I know that if you don't, things won't change unless you change them.
And not to go off on a diatribe, but this is why a lot of people will say all this sports where the black man is the majority talent and the white man owns and controls all the decision-making processes. People consider it modern day slavery. Now, we don't have to get into the nuances of that, but I understand some of that because it's like if you look at both NFL and NBA, rarely do you see any black ownership.
I would definitely say that,
So,
like, as an entrepreneur, like if you look at the actual like business structure of the NBA versus, because they're basically two private employers, you know what I mean?
right,
So if you actually look at the two business structures, obviously, like as an investor, I would invest in the NBA more just because I believe that the employee model is a little bit better.
right,
You know what I mean? I do believe that they care more about what's going on with the employees and the players and like what's actually, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a more player friendly league. Like the NFL is for the owners. I feel like the
yeah,
NBA is a little bit more for the players. So I would invest more in that. I do think that the NBA has it a little bit better, and the NFL is a little bit more traditional, capitalist. You know what I'm saying?
well, you know what they say NFL stands for, right?
I've heard a lot of things. I like to National Football League. Yeah, I don't like to because I've heard tons.
Negroes release.
Oh boy, yeah, I've heard that one.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm just
that one.
saying, man.
Because here's the thing.
It's
If that's the
crazy to
case,
me.
if that's the case, any job
Yeah,
that
yeah,
if you're a contractor of any kind, if you do
yeah,
1099 work, that's technically true. So I try
yeah,
not to,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I see your point on that.
But I
We can
know
move
it's
on.
just because it's a private employer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
same thing, sadly, about the military in some cases. Now,
yeah.
please, I want to be 1,000% clear. My father was military. Shout out to please all the veterans, like anybody who's really out here fighting for the freedoms that we have here in this country. Uh, you know what I'm saying? All power and credit to you. But it's similar to the military in a lot of cases as far as private employer, what you're gonna do, the rules you'll abide by, the vaccines you might or not have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, not the same, but similar. And when you're dealing with all that money, it's not necessarily a right. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's necessarily a right to practice a skill. You know what I mean? It is a skill. It is a skill showcase. But I do believe in player empowerment. I do believe in the work that that they do in between them and the Players Association. But I do believe that the Players Association has a better relationship with the NBA than the Players Association has with the NFL.
I agree with you.
So, for what that's worth. But the other thing that they changed at the NFL owners meeting is the new overtime rules.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah,
Enlighten.
they changed the overtime rules. Each team now gets a possession of overtime in the playoffs only. And some people are happy about it, some people aren't. Mike Tomlin is also a sudden death advocate. I believe in the sudden death rule.
I like
Everybody
that sudden death. First team to score wins, and that's it.
Everybody says, "Oh, I'm biased because of that because I'm a Chiefs fan." But in 2018, when Tom Brady won that Super Bowl, the same thing happened to us. We were on a roll. D Ford lines up off sides, and then they end up taking that whole drive down the field and scoring. Pat Mahomes never gets the ball. Um, Obviously, we benefited from it in the Bills situation this offseason, so that's why everybody is up in arms about it. Josh Allen, Josh Allen.
I saw that
But
game.
yeah, but in 2018, we had the exact same proposal at the owners' meeting. We were the only one to vote for it. All 31 teams, including the Bills, voted against it. So that's why when they wanted to bring it up this year, I thought it would be a moot point. But lo and behold, another rule change during the era of Pat Mahomes that'll continue to make things more difficult because, in my opinion, the team that gets the ball second in overtime has a bigger advantage. But that's just me, and I feel like that'll be the next. There are
Well,
apparently
it depends how you look at it because the first team who got the ball scores. then it's all pressure on you to deliver too. You got a chance to score, you go home. But I get what you're saying though. You can, you have more. The adrenaline is probably not as high. You're more calm, and
To me, I feel like it's because you know what you need to get, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown.
Yeah, I should see
The first team kind of, doesn't really know. Maybe the field goal is good enough because your defense is going to hold up. And then that's kind of the other thing. They're saying, these players get paid $40 million a year. I want to be able to see them throw the ball. As a fan, I understand it, but as a competitor, I don't like it. I just believe it's too. And then apparently there was multiple proposals. I think the Titans suggested that if you do score a touchdown first in overtime, you have to go for 2. And if you do get the 2, then the game is over. But if not, the game continues from there, because at that point you went down, scored a touchdown, they get the ball, and then they can kick a extra point to beat you by 1. So another interesting thing that they've done, I do like the fact that it's only in the playoffs, because in the playoffs there kind of should be a winner, because in the regular season it should be sudden death, because we're just trying to get everybody off the field. You know what I mean? Like, we can't be going to overtime in football games all year.
For overtime.
You know what I'm saying? Full overtimes every game all year. Like, ain't nobody got like, that's a lot. Hey, bro, I think you got something.
You said what?
Yeah,
okay. Appreciate it.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to get people off the field. These guys are athletes. You know what I'm saying? They already playing a 17 game. One less preseason game, of course, but I feel like in 17 games, you should be able to decide who the 7 best teams in each conference are. So there shouldn't be no more extra time. But yeah, I don't know. But now you kind of see what I'm saying. Yeah. As far as Ty Bowles getting his job, I'm happy for him. But is it situational? Is it because of this Rooney Rule? Is it because Bruce was just honestly done? Like, what is the, you know what I mean? Yeah. You never know. But for the time being, Ty Bowles, who's an excellent defensive coordinator and coach, by the way, all credit to him. He's going to be the head coach of the Bucs with Tom Brady coming back. So the Bucs are starting to gear up, man. To make their run against a nobody in the NFC. But you know what I'm saying?
Don't count the Bears out, man. Don't count the Bears
out. Basically, the only other thing football, at least for me, is Lamar Jackson's contract situation. I feel like that's super interesting.
What happened?
Basically, he's on the last year of his contract. Normally, going into the last year with a player of this magnitude, you try to get an extension. Tyreek Hill, Pat Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody going into the last year of their contract, normally they want to get that extended so that they can, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want to keep Lamar Jackson, so they don't want him to be a free agent next year. Yes, they want to keep him. So basically, he could sign a contract. I know that I don't think he has any agent representation. I think he just keeps it in the fam. So they want to wait. They want to wait till after this year. The salary cap, I think, went up $15 million, and I think it's going to go up another 15 to 20 next year. Deshaun Watson just got $230 million after not playing for like a year and has 22 cases. So Lamar Jackson is a 2019 MVP. Pending injury, the Ravens were probably going to go to the playoffs this past season. Like, so I feel like he's like, nah, I'm gonna wait a minute and try to get the big check. Now, you know how that goes, man. He could, I guess, in theory, go out and get hurt and there be an issue. But I mean, maybe they'll come to terms. It's still early in the off season, so I mean, maybe they could come to terms. But I don't know how. I mean, he might end up being one of the greatest agents of all time, self-agents, or, you know what I'm saying, he might end up, dare I say, like Robert Griffin.
He's not playing no more, is he?
No. He is working with ESPN now, and he was almost my take him to church candidate for this week, trying to say that the Dolphins are the new Legion of Zoom now that Tyreek is on the Dolphins and not the Chiefs. So, but I I'm gonna leave RG3 alone. And actually in the comments, I think I'm gonna post this RG3 promo video that I made back when he was first on Madden. I remember when I was excited to get RG3 on the game. Right. Shout out to him. But yeah, bad take. Other than that, I feel like we can switch from one purple team to the other. Right. Los Angeles Lakers, man.
How you feel about that, man? Lakers not even making the playoffs.
Well,
They
they're
got all that
11th.
talent.
They in the 11th spot right now. If the playoffs started today, they would not even be in a play-in tournament. And this is what I was trying to tell people. And I heard this past week, the LAARP Lakers.
Oh wow.
I was like, oh my God. Bro, they old, man.
Yeah.
Everybody hurt, everybody beat up.
Well, see, that's the thing though. They said when I heard reports that when Westbrook, the season first started, what's their coach name again? I can't think of it right now, but
Frank Vogel.
yeah, Frank Vogel wanted to start him off the bench. And he got a lot of pushback from the league. Well, not the league, front office. Like, nah, you can't start him off the bench. It's Westbrook. You got to start him in the starting lineup. And I think that's what, because if you had started him off the bench, all them young players would be getting minutes now. And LeBron can always play with the young players, man. You know, so that's just my opinion, though, man.
They're in a lot of trouble, man. Do you understand that? Like, I think I saw this number. I'll correct it in the comments this week if I get it wrong, but I believe Russell Westbrook's contract is a $47.1 million cap hit next year. They don't have no picks. They don't have no money. I'm not sure what they do. And if you've noticed over LeBron's career, he does this in 4-year patterns to where he pulls up, the team competes, they move a lot of stuff around, and then they end up with no draft picks and no money, and he ends up leaving. I'm not sure if this is the case. I know that he wants to stay in LA. I know he likes being in LA. I know he wants to beat Kareem's number in LA. I know that he wants to, you know what I'm saying, get another championship, but I'm not sure how he does it in this situation. Now they're talking about Antoine Walker, shout out to him, has been talking for months about trading Anthony Davis. Everybody thought he was crazy. But now it's a real situation that you might have to look at to maybe get LeBron some help, because I don't know what you do in this situation. I just truly don't. The team's not good. They're not. First things, I feel like Frank Vogel has to be out first. That's the first thing. But I'm not sure who you bring in there now that Jason Kidd's been picked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. It's like I said, I'm not sure what you do. But as a person who does not like the Lakers, it's very entertaining. You know what I mean?
I think LeBron leaves though, man.
But my thing is, I just don't know where he goes back to the Cavs, whether he goes back to, but I'm not sure where he goes, what he does. I'm really not. Yeah. And especially with how tough the schedule is looking for the rest of the way. I think they have like the 8th toughest, including you know, my little B team out there, the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans, bro, they off the chain. We got McCollum now, and hopefully they can release the Zion. He out here making dunk videos that would have won the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bro, shirtless in his new sneakers. Like, I'm over here like, so can you play? Like,
I think he was trying to send him a message like, y'all won't let me play, but I'm okay. Like, what the hell?
I think that's definitely what they did. And this is kind of my main thing. Like, I love Zion Williamson. Obviously, I'm a Duke fan. And then also they have Brandon Ingram. We got CJ McCollum now. Like, I really like the team and what they got going. They're actually probably going to be in the play-in tournament, especially because I know we're going to go ahead and beat them Lakers again. So I feel like they have an opportunity to maybe put something together. I don't know if they want to hold him for the playoffs, but I feel like adding a player like Zion's magnitude, as far as the energy he brings to a team, is kind of a big energy to,
I
you
agree.
know, add that late in the season. But hey, if you can win a play-in tournament and get a 7-game series, maybe, the first couple games he doesn't play full minutes, but he gets acclimated to where, you can get a good 3 or 4 games out of him, maybe try to win a series. Uh, just for draft pick purposes. And then I'm pretty sure his contract's coming up. So are they going to give him the max extension? I don't know what New Orleans going to do with that, but I'd really, really
It's
like it if,
it's
yeah,
it's
they
hard
did
for
that.
these small market teams to compete, man,
It
and
is. It is.
stars. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if he leaves, man.
I wouldn't either, but I just really don't want him to because I feel like the only thing holding the Pelicans back is the Smoothie King Center. I really do think that they got a good team. Um, the fans, I feel like there's good fans down there in Louisiana. They like the Pelicans. Uh, it might be a small market, but I mean, they like them. People support them. Um, I feel like they could win games. I mean, that's why they're in the playing tournament. You know what I mean?
I hear
They're
you.
good. They're good enough.
I mean, I always
Um,
look at Brandon Ingram as like the next KD. You
it's what
know,
he was supposed to be coming out of Duke. That was definitely the storyline at the time.
I
That was
mean, he's
definitely.
got the height, he's got the jump shot. He probably just needs to bulk up a little bit more. But years from now, they're gonna be talking about how talented he is, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. One of my favorite wings to ever come out of Duke. Um, Obviously one of the newer Duke products, but solid player, solid skill set, size, what I'm saying, athleticism. He's got it all.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he'll definitely be up there. Hopefully still in a Pelicans jersey. Or, if they want to go, if everybody want to go to the Heat, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
I hear
Just
you.
those kind of moves. But speaking
You
of the
would say
Heat,
the Heat.
bro, it's one or the other, you know what I'm saying? They can,
I could see him playing with the Warriors, though.
Oh, that's terrible.
I could
What
see
would
him.
Draymond do?
He could still be playing with Draymond. Draymond don't mind coming
W.
off the bench now.
Draymond, Zion, them is two big body dudes.
I tell you, you don't want that smoke now.
Nah. What would you feed them? What would you feed them both?
Well, speaking of basketball and the Zion in the West, let's talk about the East playoffs a little bit, man. The other night I saw the Bucks versus the Sixers, man. I'm like, man, what a game.
Oh my goodness, Giannis! I did want to talk about that, bro. Giannis Antetokounmpo,
No, we
and
gotta say his name correctly for the
you tell
record.
me how to say it correctly.
Giannis Adetokounmpo.
Yes.
Adetokounmpo. Adetokounmpo.
What you
That
said.
man is Nigeria. He's not
I
Greek.
know. I
He's
know. That's what I'm
Nigeria.
saying. So
For
you
the
said.
record. I want people to know that because they keep trying to give Greek the credit, man. That man is full-blooded Nigerian.
Hey, take your credit, bro.
But go ahead, bro. I
He
just
said
had to
he's
say
on
that
my
real
team. He said he's on my team.
quick.
I saw him make about a dozen, no, more about a half dozen plays in that Sixers game that it's like ain't nobody else doing. Ain't nobody else did probably since like prime LeBron in Miami. There was one play where he was like near the left sideline, cross half court. He
Mhm.
did some insanely long dribble, bro. It literally took 2 running steps from the 3-point line and straight. Like,
Dunked it.
I'm
There's no
like,
stopping it.
I was just like, that's the and then an alley oop, bro. It came from so high up. I was just like Giannis. Giannis is the best player in basketball, bro.
He
He's
is.
a he's the best player in basketball right now. And the Bucks, while their record does not show it, they are. I feel like they are the scary team right now in the East because of Giannis. Other than that, obviously my first place Heat. We just beat the Celtics tonight, probably about an hour ago.
Okay.
Um, Beat them by 6. Beat the Celtics.
I'm shocked you
Um,
guys got the best record in the East. I'm gonna give you that.
Stop
Stop.
playing. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing.
I mean, it never stopped y'all before without having a number.
Great coach, great leadership.
Yeah.
Great fan base, great owner, great manager. Great team, great defense, great young talent. One of the top teams in the NBA, bro.
You know, see, I was listening to Dwayne Wade talk about the little fight on the sidelines with Haslam and Butler and Spoelstra, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, they showed a clip of him doing the same exact thing, getting into it with Haslam and Spoelstra." And he said he texted Spoelstra and was like, "Y'all getting ready for the playoffs, huh?" And Spoelstra was like, "Yeah, we are." You know, but I get it. But one thing that D Wade said that stood out to me is this. He said they don't have a clear leader yet. Somebody to be like, "Hey, follow me." He said Tyler Hero might be that leader. You know, he said Jimmy Butler might be that leader, but they don't have somebody when everything goes wrong, give this person the ball and take me to the promised land.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Is I feel like silently that was Goran. Silently, like completely silently.
I
like
remember that,
never said it. Like probably never said it, but like I feel like he was the one because he was the cool one, the one who could take a beating. Like, you know how many times Goran that had his face and teeth knocked out? They're like, Goran is a tough European talent. Like people always talk about European players soft. That was never Goran Dragic. So I feel like it's because of him, maybe. But I'm a deep thinker when it comes to sports and strategy. So
I hear you.
But just because he was that veteran, you know what I'm saying, that calm, cool veteran that kind of kept all of that together because our team is kind of young. You know what I mean? And our team does kind of have a hot head. So I feel like that mellow left-handed guy with the ball used to just keep it, you know what I'm saying, cool. But we'll see how it goes. Tyler Hero could be that person, but as the sixth man, I feel like it is Jimmy Butler. He's not quite D Wade, but he's got to be that guy. So
I agree.
For him to argue with UD and Spo, to me, showed that that's him wanting that. So it's like I said, to me, I ain't think nothing of it either. I have my own opinions about D Wade because he left, but I feel like that's accurate. You know what I'm saying? I'd say the same thing. I agree with that take.
Okay. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Oh yeah, we will see. And, you know, we got this little back and forth going with the Bucks over the past couple of years. So we'll see how that goes. But he's still alive, Bowler. The streak lives on. He's still here. He's still here, man. They can't get rid of him. Coach K.
Yeah. Duke UNC, right?
But for unbelievably the first time in Final Four or NCAA tournament history, we've never played them in a tournament.
That's crazy.
So, all the times we've played, this will be the 100th time that Coach K plays North Carolina, but it's the first time that they've ever played in the tournament. And I'm pretty sure that his record against North Carolina is 50-49. Like, I'm pretty sure that's and that's why JJ Redick was on First Take talking about it as probably the first number one rivalry in sports is probably Tar Heel, Blue Devil basketball. So I'm excited.
I think the Celtics Lakers, but I'll leave it alone.
That's probably the most accomplished rivalry. You know what I'm saying? But no, the best. Like, bro, Duke UNC ain't nothing like it, bro. Ain't nothing like it.
Oh, Packers beers, but we won't go there either, you know.
Oh my God. Don't tell Aaron Rodgers that. He gonna tell you something else.
Right.
I own you.
You think it's going to win, though?
I mean, I'm really. Oh no, he's 50. He's played. This will be his 98th game. He's 50-47
Oh, okay.
against UNC. So he's got a winning record against USC all time. But this is the first time they ever played in the tournament. This is his 13th Final Four. This is the one. I feel like this is if there was ever one for us to win, Vegas got us as favorites.
Okay.
This is the one that I want the most. Last year, get to take out UNC, avenge that loss. No matter what, we're gonna have to eat that Virginia Tech loss in the ACC tournament. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, and we get to avenge the UNC loss. And then, how crazy is this? Duke, my team, right? But then the three teams that I hate the most is the other teams in the final. USC, Villanova, Kansas. So I'm just hoping that
I still think
either
Villanova
Duke
will
wins.
win it all, but I'm gonna leave that.
You still on that, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Bro, I have four brackets. I have four brackets with three of the final four right. So, and that was Villanova, Kansas, and I didn't have North Carolina making but like maybe one Final Four in a random bracket.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, we highlighted all these teams that are in the Final Four. So, still pretty, you know what I mean? Pretty accurate.
I was big mad when St. Peter's lost, though, man. I was so disappointed.
I wasn't. I knew it was gonna.
Ooh, they put the clamps on them boys.
I mean,
Whew.
that is what Murray State was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what Purdue was supposed to do with their big man. That is what, you know what I'm saying? Like the flash kick. Like if you do drive the ball, have somebody drive after. Sam. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
But shout out to Holloway. He really did highlight that program and highlight what March Madness is all about. They will definitely be the story of this March Madness. They are the Cinderella story of it. So, but we got four blue blood, just classic former NCAA champions about to hash it out in New Orleans. I'm almost mad that I couldn't get this weekend to go to actually see the game. Would have been nice, and especially if Duke's in it. But we'll see if I can't get there in a decent time. You never know what could pop up. But yeah, Final Four coming down. Big Duke, Big Blue Devils. You already know the deal. You already know. Now, the only other thing before we bring back everybody's favorite segment is World Cup qualifiers. We had a little bit of drama go down in the African nations. We had a big game, Egypt versus Senegal.
Okay.
And the only reason that this is a big deal is because you got Sadio Mane, who's the captain of Senegal, and then you have Mohamed Salah, who is the captain of Egypt, and they actually played together on Liverpool. And there basically came down a situation where Salah had to kick a penalty kick, and the whole crowd is apparently lighting up his face with laser pointers.
Miss?
Yeah. So apparently there's like this whole drama and controversy. Senegal ended up qualifying for the World Cup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They don't play with their football. They don't play with their football overseas, man.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Some people, you know what I'm saying? They're saying that it's, you know, should they do this? Should they do that? I feel like, I don't know. They do so much. It's hard to control that many people, bro. You understand that? Like, it's so hard. You know what I mean? Like, to control 90,000 rowdy people. What you gonna do? Have another 45,000 cops? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those situations where it's just like, I don't really know. because we do have some issues in the world soccer community. You know what I'm saying? Um, we still have like race issues. Black goalies, black players, like they still throw bananas on the field. They still do
Oh
you know what I'm
wow.
saying, certain chants and stuff. And
You
you know what I'm
know,
saying?
I mean, this is a little bit off topic, but I was watching Atlanta. Seen that show?
Yeah. New season just started, by the way.
Yeah, have you seen the second episode?
Pretty sure, yeah. But it was
Where all that
Amsterdam,
blackface in Europe and
Amsterdam. Yeah.
yeah.
But that's the truth though. In
And I
Europe,
was like,
Santa,
dang.
no, bro, in Europe, Santa doesn't have elves. He has a helper called Black Pete. And supposedly his face is black because he it gets dirty in the chimney as he helps Santa Claus.
So they all
I'm
dress up like him.
I'm like, boy, I'm like, but now I've actually known that for a long time, so I thought that was interesting that they decided to put that on the show. I like that because
Yeah.
that is true. That is very true.
But when you say about the bananas being thrown on the field, that's what made me think about that. I'm like, that's crazy though, and it doesn't get highlighted as much as it should, man. But there's a lot of racial undertones throughout the world still, man.
Oh, of course. Where do you think America got it from?
Yeah.
That's what I be trying to tell people. I'll be like, bro, it's not. Come on, man.
Hmm.
Like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do?
Did you
Can't
say
do it.
Ghana qualified?
I'm trying to look that up now because I'm pretty sure.
Shout out to my Ghanaian brothers and sisters out there. Y'all still don't got the best jollof, but it's okay. Happy to see y'all made it.
uh,
Jollof rice.
I think they actually beat Nigeria though.
As long as one of us made it, man, I'll keep it like that.
But yeah, most of the people that you know, Italy did not make it. Pretty sure France did, Germany, Spain. I'm not sure if England made it. We're trying to make it, but I think we lost to Costa Rica 2-0. I'm not getting no. Here we go. Oh, we did it. Yeah, we qualified. So yeah, USA is in. Congrats to
We
us.
beat Costa Rica.
No, we lost to them, but we qualified just off of
Okay.
our. Yeah,
Okay.
we qualified just off of our standings. So that's good. And then hold on, let me find where. And this one I was trying to look up. World Cup qualifying African. Oh, there's another. Here we go. Oh no, that's Asia. But why is it not showing who is in? This is so. Yeah, Senegal advanced 3-1 on penalties. Ghana beat Nigeria because they won on the away goals. They split the aggregate. Cameroon, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria.
Hmm.
Who else? Position 1 qualifies for next stage. Congo, Democratic Republic, Morocco, Senegal, Ghana. South Africa's not in. Egypt, Mali, Cameroon. Oh, nope. I think Nigeria. I think y'all won Group C.
You still in it?
I think y'all still in
Whew.
it. I'm pretty sure. Morocco advanced. Said title aggregate, they win. That's the thing. I hate that it does this.
Does what?
It doesn't. It doesn't just say like how everybody. It doesn't like group all of the like World Cup qualifiers as one. It's making me go like through each continent. So that's all like what is going on? Like who is in and who is out? Like what is going on? Playoff finals. Poland, Sweden, Portugal.
Speaking of who is out, let's go ahead and wrap up this episode and talk about the last topic. About, is Will Smith out of line for slapping Chris Rock? And let me share my screen. Let's watch the video one more time of what happened. So we can see, how it all went down.
That was a nice one. Okay, I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
That's crazy, bro. What you think about it? I'm gonna let you go first, man.
There is a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
A lot. I truly believe that I'm truly 50-50. I've been thinking about this for a little minute. I'm truly 50-50 because while I do not believe in violence and stuff like that anymore, and like, I mean, trying to do good and be peaceful and all that, I do think that we have gotten to a point in society to where like a little bit of soft violence is a little bit necessary. And especially when it does come to like the protection of the respect of Black women and minority women. So I do believe that there are positives to take away from it as well as negatives. I also don't like seeing two Black greats having to have this moment at the Oscars. Everybody watched, like, you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of one of these, like the Fresh Prince just smacked Pookie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like both of these guys are like legends. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, what? But somebody who's a little bit more well-versed on celebrities informed me that Chris Rock has apparently been saying like offhand stuff for a while about Jada. Apparently, he didn't know she had alopecia. Apparently, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff to this. I'm not going to get into that because I just know how people are simply seeing it. And they're just seeing it like, oh, Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is wrong and da 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 da. I've heard everything. I even heard Marcellus Wiley try to unpack information from Will Smith's autobiography from 4 years ago about trauma and being a coward and all this other nonsense that I feel like it's just too deep. To me, it's just kind of like, man, no matter what their personal relationship is, no matter what's going on between the two of them, like that's still the mother of his children and his wife. So, you know what I'm saying? You married with kids, Bola. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if somebody says something about your wife, and it's like it's one of those situations you might not do exactly that, but I think you understand Will in that moment.
I understand him, and I agree with him to certain extents. Coming from somebody that slapped somebody before for getting out of line, out of pocket. And I'll touch on that situation shortly. There was this time I was playing basketball at the court by my mom's house. Shout out to D Park. And you know, kids always join me. I got a big bottom lip. People always make fun of it, especially when you playing basketball, 21, people talking stuff. So this kid was a lot younger than me and he was talking stuff. I let him go. I ain't saying nothing. It's part of the game. And when he said your mama, and me being older than him, the moment he said your mama, I slapped the mess out of him. And it was just one slap, just like Will Smith gave. And the whole court was silent.
Yeah, bro.
He ain't speak again the rest of the game. The next few times he saw me, what's up, Bola? How you doing, man? What's going on? You know, so I I get where he's coming from.
Exactly. A little bit of soft violence.
You know, but at the same time, like, I have to ask myself, if he was a white comedian up there, the first part, would Will have responded the same way? Second part, I heard that the Oscar committee wrote those jokes, that it wasn't even Chris Rock. He was just basically reading the script. So to me, it's like they had to know for them to write a joke like that. And it kind of also makes Will look bad now, because now you don't attack this man, assuming. Because I heard the whole story about how he said the same joke in 2016, you know, assuming the Oscar committee wrote the jokes back then too. So I think they're culpable, because not only did they allow it to happen, they let him sit there the whole time, as if to say what he did, there was nothing wrong with it. And then it left the audience questioning, was this a skit? Was this part of, you know, the show? Was this something that they planned? There's so many conspiracy theories, but to touch on what you said, like, Jada gave him that look because he was laughing first when it happened. Jada gave him that look, like, really, you laughing? But the moment he got up and started walking up that stage, I feel like it was her responsibility to be like, Will, you don't need to do that, sit down. And he would have listened to her and sat down, you know, because he was standing up to go defend her honor. You feel me? And I'll give you, it's not the same situation. We was at a football game, soccer game, last weekend with my son. And I was like, man, coach keep putting him out on timeout, on the sideline, pulling him out. They're not giving him any playing time. He's the only one they keep doing that to. I was getting ready to go walk up and talk to the coach. My wife said, Bola, come here. And she saw me, and she didn't even have to say nothing else. All she had to do was just say, Bola, come here. And I already knew that she could read my mind or what I was about to do, and she stopped me in that moment. So I feel like Jada is culpable, because you know your husband. You know what he's about to do. Why didn't you stop him from doing it?
To me, we know Jada and Will's situation, and I'm not even talking about none of that.
You don't have to go all the way there.
No, none of that. Not even any of that entanglement nonsense. I'm simply talking about, like, they've been married since 97.
Yeah.
25, 35. Yeah, 35 years. No.
You said
25.
25.
25 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know it's still his wife. It's like I said, no matter what's going on between them personally. So, I mean, I get it. You can't go around saying everything. You can get smacked in the mouth. I agree. Even if the Oscar committees wrote it, he still delivered it. I don't think that they're giving him an entire joke list without him not knowing what he's about to say.
Yeah.
But then again, Chris Rock has done SNL. He's done stuff like that. So maybe he trusted him to write a good joke. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe, it's like I said, maybe Will's caught up in his head overthinking it. Like, oh, you know, Chris Rock knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he knows that I don't like. It's like I said, man. I honestly don't pay as much attention to celebrities.
Yeah.
I just know how the rest of America is going to view that and try to tear him down.
Oh yeah.
I literally heard people saying all kind of stuff. Literally talking about Will Smith, how they would talk about any of us just walking the street. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Pretty much just like, oh, not necessarily, oh, they're all the same, but like, oh, we knew this was going to be the blackest Oscars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard people just say crazy shit. So, I don't know, man. To me, it's like I get it. I highly assume that Chris Rock probably isn't going to say anything about Jada Pinkett no more. I also think that one slap shouldn't be the measure of Will Smith. The other thing that hurt is 5 minutes later, he got the Oscar. You know what I'm saying? 5 minutes later, he got the Oscar for Best Actor for Richard. So, wild night, bro. Like, you can't write that.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that was so wild. Like, there's no way that they wrote it. There's no way it was a skit. I think it was just that shocking. But I did hear some people say, like, oh, he only did it because Chris Rock little. He only did it because like I heard somebody say, like, oh, if The Rock told the same joke, would he go up there and slap him? They just saying that because The Rock is like the most muscular dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, The Rock might not have been telling jokes about Jada Pinkett for 6 years, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he did in the first place, and I'm not going to do research on something like that. Just, you know what I'm saying? If it's true, if maybe he has been talking about it. Maybe he did need to get slapped. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If that's what Will felt was necessary, it's like I said, oh, we all just don't trust Will Smith no more. Like maybe Will Smith needed to slap this dude. Like maybe Will Smith is not now. It's all about, once again, mental health.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's some soft violence. He didn't maim the man. They didn't start fighting. He sat up there and kept telling jokes. No, yeah, once he sat down, he kept cursing the man. So, I mean, I get what people are saying, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, it's just like,
I don't know, man. We'll see, man. I hope the two brothers can work it out, man.
Apparently they squashed it. I heard they squashed it, whether it was one-sided, two-sided, but I heard it's been squashed, and I heard Chris Rock ain't pressing no charges because it's like I said, one's just a brother from New York, the other one's just a brother from Philly. I hope that something this small wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? I know Chris Rock is a hell of a person, because if it was me, I would feel more like you feel, like, oh, they wrote the jokes, bro. Like, why you getting in my neck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just doing my job. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying as well.
Yeah.
But I think that he squashed it, no charges pressed. Like, ain't no reason for them to waste time and money. What they gonna do? Sue each other? Like, you know what I'm saying? What Chris Rock gonna do? Oh, I must sue. Because Will Smith walked up there, put his hand on his hip, and slapped the man like old French duel. You know what I'm saying?
Papa.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny.
keep my maiden's name from your mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just, and then sat down. Like, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
They didn't shoot it out in the parking lot after. They didn't.
Right.
So I don't like that narrative either. Oh, the mental health, the trauma, the you know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, get out of here, bro. He slapped this dude for talking about his wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
not that deep. Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? That's a common occurrence. Like, I hope you wouldn't let somebody talk to your wife like that, Mr. Anchorman. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I mean, I get it though. People are trying to excuse the behavior because it's not like him. I think people got a taste. Everybody gets fed up, man. Everybody deals with a situation like that. That was his reaction, and if anybody could have made that mistake, you know, like
that was his argument, was that, you know, love make you do crazy shit, and then it's like, oh, as an actor, you're supposed to just be able to take it and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, people supposed to just get an opinion about you every day.
Yeah. And
you out here playing roles that ain't even you. You know what I'm saying? but people got opinions about you, but they don't even know. You know what I mean? So I mean, I get that too, but then I understand. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm seriously dating somebody, if I, you know what I'm saying? If I'm putting in the time and effort, it's probably because she's a respectable, you know what I'm saying, well-mannered lady in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, if dudes is just out here wilding, nah, dudes can get smacked. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes can get smacked. I just, you know what I'm saying? Most of these are like real life street situations, not like on stage at the Oscars. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm 50-50. I truly am. I'm truly just 50-50. I just hope that everybody stops wasting time making these goofy memes and these two very talented, respected, legendary black men can just get back to working and doing positive things. Like Will Smith just won an Oscar. And how long ago was Fresh Prince? Like
Right.
he's still out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like still out here killing it. Chris Rock, killing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I can, you know what I'm saying? Chris Rock do stuff. He done did so much, can't even tell you. So I just hope all positive, you know, everybody gets that peace and everybody get over that. And shout out to Kanye, because at least he gets like a week or two off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He get a week or two off, bro. Shout out to Kanye. Big facts.
And with that said, we'll end this episode going on with that song we started off with, Nasty C, Can't Imagine. See y'all next week.